Oh my goodness. Bruh. What is up, guys? It's your girl Zai. I am back at it with another video. Before I give you the tea on this story, make sure you comment down below, subscribe, and like this video. I hope y'all like the content that I'm releasing on this channel. If y'all want to hear this story, stay tuned. I'm trying to create a family here. Let's support each other. I love supporting people. If you have a channel that you just started, you're trying to get your subscriber count up, hit me up. I'll hit that subscribe button for you. I have no problem supporting my fellow YouTubers. Without further ado, let's get into the video. This happened like 3 or 4 days ago. So my boyfriend, he's on Straight Talk, and he paid $45 a month. So I was like, hell, I want to pay $45 a month. Currently, I'm paying $70 a month. At that time, I'm paying $70 something a month. And you know, I'm on this financial peace situation, and I'm trying to, you know, budget my money and find out where I can cut costs. So I was like, I'm gonna try to find a cheaper provider. So, you know, my boyfriend was like, you know, yeah, you can switch to Straight Talk, you know, pay $45 a month. All you gotta do is to buy the bring your own phone kit. You can buy it from Walmart, and it should be an easy process. So boom, I go and buy the kit, and some white girl, she knew or whatever, she's like, you know, you want to make sure your phone compatible or whatever. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I text the number, and the number is like, congratulations, you know, your phone is compatible. And I'm going to put a screenshot like right here to show you like, okay, my phone compatible, whatever, like that. Before I went to Straight Talk, I called Sprint to let them know that I wanted to switch services and that I wanted to unlock my phone because I had paid off my phone in full and my phone was not yet unlocked. So of course, when I called Sprint, you know, and told them the situation, they were just kind of like, oh my gosh, like, I hate to see you leave, and is there anything that we can do to get you to stay? Like, we can do a $50. How much are you looking to pay with the other carrier? And you know, I was like around like 45, 50, and they was like, well, we can make a deal with you and we can do 50, but you'll have to be on auto pay, blah blah blah. So at this point, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm ready to leave Straight Talk. My bad, I'm ready to leave Sprint. I'm ready to leave Sprint, and I just want a cheaper service, and I felt like I could get a cheaper service with Straight Talk and, you know, save the extra $5. I called Straight Talk and I let them know that I want, you know, I've already spoke to Sprint. They unlocked my phone. My service is still connected. I just want to port my number over so I can get a service with you guys. So I'm talking to the man or whatever, and he let me know, like, he was like, okay, like, he get all my information in regards to the phone, the 𝐰𝐢𝐭, I think that's what it is. So he get all that information, and then eventually I'm on the phone with him for like 3 hours. So eventually I get his eventually he port my number over. So he's like, you know, this is the first day now. This is the first day. So he's like, yeah, we've already ported your number over successfully. Your phone should be on around 9 o'clock. At this time, it's like 7:30. So I was like, okay, so it's going to take a few hours for my phone to be on, because once they port it, your phone is disconnected. So my phone disconnected. I don't have any service whatsoever, and I'm waiting for the service to kick in. So hours go past. It's like about 12 a.m. and my phone still is not on. So I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I call out to Straight Talk, and like, I am trying to figure out what the hell is going on. So Straight Talk basically told me that the number ported over successfully, but my phone was not compatible with the network because it was a CDMA network, and they only take, I believe it's GSM network phones. So basically their solution was, you can buy a phone from us and then do the, you know, get the service. So of course I'm like,
hell no.
I've already paid off this phone with Sprint, and I just spent $50-something with you all to get this service on. So I'm like, how am I gonna get my money back? Both of these companies were pissing me off, but Sprint really pissed me off, okay? So I'm already pissed off because my number has been ported, my service is off, and now I can't make outbound calls, I can't receive inbound calls, texts, or anything. The only thing I can use is Wi-Fi. So I call out to Sprint to let them know the situation, and for some reason they just could not seem to wrap their head around what was going on or what I needed. So like, I'm telling them like, hey, I just ported my number over to Straight Talk. The port was successful, but they said that my phone is not going to, the signal is not going to connect with their network because it's incompatible. So how can I port my number back over to Sprint? How does that work? So, honey, they taking me all around the world. So I talked to this lady, right? Talking to this lady. And this is what she does.
Hello, welcome to Sprint Services. How may I help you?
I'm like,
I was calling because I ported my number over to Straight Talk, but the number ported successfully, but the service, my phone is incompatible. So Straight Talk told me that I need to try and port the number back over to you all.
so she's just like,
Okay, got that. Okay, can you give me your account number one more time? Okay. And ma'am, how may I assist you today?
Bruh.
I just literally told you what I needed. Like, I let her know I just ported my number to Straight Talk and the port was successful, but my phone is not compatible with Straight Talk. So I need to see which department I need to speak to in order to get in order to port my number back over with you guys. She finally transferred me, and I get to the porting department. They asked me the same question. Hello, ma'am. How may I assist you today? So I'm telling the same story. My number was ported over to Straight Talk. It was successfully ported. But my phone is not compatible. So I need to try and port my number back over to Straight Talk. And he's like, okay, well, let me pull up your account first. What's a good phone number for you? And I give them my phone number, whatever, like that, whatever. And he's like, well, can you give me your PIN? Can you give me your PIN? I give him my PIN, whatever, like that. And then he says, I'm going to review over your account. I'm going to make sure that your phone number is eligible to port. And then I'm going to come back on the line with you. So he comes back on the line and he's like, thank you, ma'am, for holding so patiently. Unfortunately, it looks like your phone is not compatible with Sprint, and we're going to have to transfer you to
order support.
the nerve. Anyways, back to what I was talking about. So I'm in the porting department or whatever, and basically he's telling me my phone is not compatible, that I need to be transferred to order support. They'll be able to assist me. So at this point I'm getting pissed because I'm like, no one is helping me. It seemed like nobody know what they're doing. The previous representative told me that you could help me. Now you're saying that you cannot help me. So they were saying something like Straight Talk is Straight Talk still has my number, so they haven't released the number. So I did some research and I was like, you know, maybe they need to put in a request to send to Straight Talk so that they can release my number. So I get transferred over to order support and they asked me the same thing. They're just like, you know, can I get your phone number, account number, PIN number? And they proceed to say, how may I assist you today? So in between these transfers, none of the representatives are like transferring me and letting the next representative know what's going on, so I don't have to repeat myself. Like, I'm continuously having to repeat myself, and it's getting very irritating. And at this point, I'm on the phone for a few hours, and I'm just like, okay. So mind you, I don't have another phone to use. I'm using Wi-Fi. So there's an app that I'll use. I'll link it down below if you're interested in using that app when you don't have service on your phone. But this app I was using particularly because you can call out with Wi-Fi. So I was calling out to Sprint using my Wi-Fi, so I was on the same phone that I was trying to get service on. So after they transferred me to order support was just kind of like, well, have you tried taking out your SIM card, putting it back in? I was like, yeah, that hasn't worked. They gave me some type of like hashtag 283, like a number or something, like a code you could put in to reactivate the phone. That was not working. So they were just like, yeah, unfortunately, you need to call Straight Talk and tell them to release your phone number so that we can port over your number. So boom, okay, at this point, I am PO'd. So I call Straight Talk, and I get this representative on the line, and she's kind of really blunt with me. I'm just like, she's like, yeah, how may I help you? And, you know, I was like, okay, straightforward. You didn't ask me no questions, good. So I'm like, you know, I say the same thing. I ported my number over, my phone is not compatible. You all told me I need to go with a different network, so I'm trying to get back with my previous network. She's like, yeah, there's really nothing we can do. If we don't have a request from Sprint saying that they're requesting a phone number, we can't release your phone number. There's nothing we can do on our end. And that's basically what she said. I think it's like a Tuesday. It's a Tuesday, my phone is still not on. Monday go by, my phone is still not on. Tuesday go by, my phone still not on. So I'm still reaching out to the representatives trying to see what the hell is going on. Everybody's giving me the same answers, that they're receiving an error message. They don't really know what's going on. Finally, I reach one representative who, he got it. He understood what the I was talking about. So I'm talking to him and I'm telling him, like, you know, the same story. I ported my number over to Straight Talk. It was ported successfully, but I need to transfer my number back because my phone is not compatible with the Straight Talk network, which is under track phone. So he was just like, you know, he was just straightforward with me. He was like, you know, we can do that. And he even tried to go through the same process, which is trying to send a request to have my number ported over. And he was just like, man, we're still receiving an error message. You'll have to reach out to Straight Talk and have them release it. So at this point, I'm a little like, you know, I kind of get a little snippy with him. I'm just like, I've already reached out to Straight Talk. They've already told me they're not going to release my number until they receive a request from you guys. And he was just like, well, ma'am, there is another option. It may be a bit difficult to try to get a number that's already been ported out to a different carrier. So he was just like, are you okay if we give you a new number? And I'm like, bro, that's what I've been trying to tell people. The previous representatives that I had been speaking with, I had told them, like, it's okay. If you need to change my number, just change my number. I don't care about having the same number. Just change my number. It'll be fine. I just want my service on. So, baby, he turned my service on that day. That day. It took less than 30 minutes. He switched my number over. He set me up a new line. I had service. Now, mind you, when I had spoke to Sprint previously, before all this went down, I told them the situation and they told me they couldn't help me on the phone, period. They told me I would need to go into the store. So of course, instead of driving over there, I called Sprint to make sure, you know, before I drive all the way over there. And so I get some guy on the phone and I tell him my situation and he's just like, yeah, I'm not really familiar with that process. Let me go and speak to my manager. So he comes back and He tells me, ma'am, I spoke with my manager and he said since you tried to port your number out to a different carrier, it's going to take 60 days before you can reactivate your phone with Sprint. So I'm like, not only the customer service in the Sprint store is awful, but the customer service on the phone is awful too. Like, the customer service is just shit all around, pure shit. So I'm just like, I know that's not fucking true. So that's when I proceed to call out and, you know, I'm talking to different representatives, but I just had to add that in there, that I even called the store, the local store, and they even told me misinformation. Everybody was misinforming me of stuff when it was a simple process. Just change my number, create a new line. You know what I'm saying? They made it more difficult than what it was. But that is the end of this video. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, this story time. I felt like I wanted to tell you all this. Sorry if this video is a bit long, but I did want to let you all know what was going on with Sprint. And if you're considering using Sprint, please do not go with Sprint. If you like Sprint and you're a Sprint user and you've been with them for years and you like them, kudos to you. But I'm hoping that at some point in my life I will be able to switch carriers, because Sprint just has awful customer service. But I will see you guys and gals later. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Again, it's Zai. I will be coming to you all with more videos. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and let me know what videos you want to see next. See you all later. Peace.